Good morning. Another day, another video. Me starting off talking about how late I am. I'm like super late for work. It's 9:30. I'm supposed to be there at 8. But I slept through my alarm because I went to bed after 1 last night. I was making good time in terms of cleaning and putting August to bed and all of that other stuff. But once I sat down to start editing the video to upload it, I ran into problems. Because I was able to clean and put her in bed by 10:30. But once I started sitting down, I'm using iMovie to edit majority of the videos. Because if I'm going to be uploading if I'm filming and uploading every single day, it's unrealistic to do like a lot of like what do you call it? Like fancy editing. Not that I know how to do a lot of fancy editing, but I'm trying to learn. But when I shoot video vertically, it doesn't fill in the whole side of the screen. So I ended up having to download the trial version. I was looking up how to fill in the sides, and I'm not able to do that with, I can do it with iMovie, but it takes longer. So I ended up downloading the trial version of Final Cut Pro because I saw a tutorial on how to do it. And you'll see it in today's upload how I did it, and I like the way that looks a lot better. So I may end up trying to buy Final Cut Pro after this month is up, if I'm really gonna be you know, continuing to upload and edit videos and stuff. So I ended up not editing the full video in Final Cut Pro. I edited just the clip that I needed in Final Cut Pro, and then I exported it, and then I edited the rest of the vlog in iMovie because it was just easier to do, because I don't know how to do transitions and titles and all of that stuff in Final Cut Pro, and trying to learn when I'm tired at 12 o'clock at night is not going to happen. So that's why I ended up going to bed so late and sleeping through my alarm. But my house is really clean, so I am really excited about that. And I did more of a full beat today. So I have on foundation today. I have on my bare minerals, and I have on a lip color today. I didn't intend to do this lip color, but I actually really like it. It looks very soft, nice, and natural. It's a Sephora color, and then it's Dose of Colors Knock on Wood. I cannot use Dose of Colors Knock on Wood on my lips by itself because it doesn't look good. But it's good to like kind of tone down other lip colors. And then I have on for blush, I use Juvia's Place. I think it was a volume 1 blush palette. And then on my eyes, I'm using the NARS Atomic Blonde palette. And eyebrows, and then just some bronzer and stuff. So just like a fuller beat, like light beat. I don't have on my glasses or my contacts, so let's see how that is gonna go. So I'm getting a ride to the train station today because I'm so super late, and hopefully I won't let this affect the rest of my day, and I can knock some things off my to-do list at work and get it done, and then go from there. So I will see you guys a little later. Look who's in Christmas pajamas again. These are the Christmas pajamas that we wore last year as a family. We wore these last year. And I think Augie still has hers, and I definitely still have mine. And mine, because I got these from Target, they messed up my order, so I have ones that says Mr. Buck. Mine was supposed to be ones that said Mrs. Buck, but it was too close to the end of, it was close to the time of Christmas, so they didn't have any more. So I just had to keep them, and then I just ended up getting them for free. I wasn't too impressed with my outfit today, so I didn't want to do a OOTD today. I didn't really care for it too much, although I feel like I have to film my outfit of the days better, so that you can get so people can see like the full outfit, I guess. I just need to film them better, so hopefully I'll pick out something that I like more tomorrow. Right now I'm actually picking out Augie. She has school tomorrow, so I'm picking out her outfit, and I'll probably show you what I'm gonna pick out for her to wear. Yeah. I think it's not supposed to be too cold tomorrow. So for Augie, I'm picking out this knit top, this knit sweater that I got from her from Zara. And it came in a bunch of different colors, and she also has matching bottoms for these. But this is technically for 5 years. And so because she's tall and skinny, this fits her just fine. But the bottoms are too big for her, so she can't wear those. So I'm gonna let her wear them with, hold on if I can, these are inside out. Hold on, let me put them inside. And you can hear Nina's World going again in the background. And, oh, okay. Here we go. So Augie's gonna wear it with these pants. Oh, it's a piece of lint on it. Hold on. So that is what she's gonna wear tomorrow. And she has these pink sneakers that I got from Zara. And she's gonna wear it with that. And then I'm gonna show you the socks she's gonna wear it with. So she's gonna wear it with these socks. So this is gonna be her outfit for tomorrow. Cute. I like her to look like, I like her to still have clothes that are like functional, that she can move around and play in. But then I also like to, I like her to look chic, you know? So I want her to, I'm sorry, my bra straps keep falling down. So I want her to look, I want her to have stuff that she can move in and play in, but then I also want her to look chic at the same time. So that's what she's gonna wear. And then before I go to bed, I'm gonna pack her lunch and her snack. So I wanted to do that. And so on my cleaning schedule today, ooh, it's dark. My cleaning schedule, I have, ooh, see how it was so yellow just now when I turned on the light? I have to clean the bathroom. So because I cleaned the bathrooms on, was it Sunday? They're still pretty clean, so I don't have to do too much, but I'm gonna stick to my schedule like I said. So I am going to do that. And I went to Michael's today because I was talking to one of my friends, and I was telling her about my tree. She showed me her tree, and she was telling me that maybe I should get like bows to put on the Christmas tree, like ribbons, bows made out of ribbons that are ornaments, if that makes sense. When I get them, I'll show them what I mean. So there's a Michael's near my job in Manhattan on 23rd Street and 6th Avenue. And I was gonna go in there to see if they had some so I can put them on the Christmas tree today. And of course, first of all, the line was like wrapping around the store. And then they didn't even have any. That's why I hate shopping in stores, honestly. I hate shopping in stores because I just feel like they never have what you need them to have, and I always have to end up going online and finding it anyway. And lo and behold, I went online, I found it on Amazon. So I'm probably gonna order it on Amazon, and it'll be here in literally a day or two. So, and I feel like that's why a lot of people online shop, especially from Amazon, because they're like, I don't feel like waiting for that. I can just wait the day or two and get somebody to deliver it. It's just easier. So yeah. So not too much happened today. Not too much. I have to clean out my bag and so today not too much happened. I was late per usual. I feel like now because I've cleaned and I've like organized myself, I'm more in like a better headspace. So I figured I would incorporate one of like my talking points into this video, like one of the subjects that I wanted to talk about, and that would be buying a turnkey property. Now, the mortgage process and all of that, I'm gonna make that into another, like what my experience was. I'll put that in another video, but this is just gonna be specifically about buying a turnkey property. Now, originally, when we were looking for houses, we really didn't know what we wanted. At one point, I was like, you know, I don't mind getting a, because at this point we were wanting to stay in New York, and we knew if we wanted to stay in New York, we knew that we were going to have to probably what do you call that thing? What do you call that thing? The word. We knew we were probably going to have to sacrifice some things. So I said, if we can find a really cheap house and we can have money left over based on what we were pre-approved for, and we can renovate, then great. We can just do a fixer-upper and renovate. A lot of people warned me against that and said, because, you know, the thing about it is, like, contractors are shady, and it's, you know, it's a whole thing. And what we quickly realized is, for me, I thought a cheap house that I would be willing to renovate would be like $200,000-300,000. In New York, it's not that you can't get that, but then people, developers, contractors who have more money cash on hand, they really can get their hands on those properties first and flip them and sell them to other people and mark up the price. So because that wasn't our situation, I didn't even want to put myself into that and try to do that, because I feel like I could have done that, but it would have taken us longer and we would have probably had to search longer. So then we decided, you know what, let's just try to get a fully renovated house. We looked in Long Island. Long Island, the houses are not that much cheaper than in New York City, and the taxes are much, much higher. So we were like, we don't know. That's when we started looking into Jersey. Then we looked into the area that we look now, and we were able to find a home. And in the area where I live now, there are a lot of like fully renovated properties, because to buy a home here is cheaper. And then once the contractor, developer, whoever puts the work into the house and then flips it, it's still at an affordable price, where if you have decent salary jobs, you can still afford, even with the taxes and all of that stuff. So with that being said, we were able to get a turnkey property. Our property was fully move-in ready. Like, we didn't have to, I mean, if we wanted to, we could have, but we didn't have to paint walls. Like, it was fully redone, new appliances, new HVAC unit, water heaters, everything. Like, we literally closed on the 6th and we moved in literally the next day. So that's literally the definition of turnkey. We didn't have to do anything. As soon as we got our keys, we came back, cleaned, went back home and continued to pack, then came and started and moved the next day. Okay. So the main things that I think, and these, like, in hindsight is always 20/20 when you're looking back. Well, that's what hindsight is. Hindsight is always 20/20. And so now that I'm thinking about, but then that's why you have to go through things to know what to do for the next time. And so that's why I feel like this advice can be helpful to anybody who's buying a turnkey property. So you want to do 3 main things. You want to make sure you're able to ask the seller, the contractor, whoever, ask them what paint colors they used on the walls. Because when you're moving furniture into the house, you're going to nick walls, you're going to do things, and you're going to have to touch up the paint at some point. We didn't ask the seller what about paint colors and things like that, because also too, we were so engrossed in the mortgage process, and they're constantly asking you for paperwork, and you're going through other things and dealing with other things, that these simple things you just don't even think about. And once you get your keys and you're moving in, you're just like, I'm here. And these little details kind of just fall to the wayside. But you want to ask for paint colors, because you're going to need to touch up the paint. When we even as careful as the people who helped us move, we still had nicks and stuff on the wall. And yes, you can go to Home Depot. And so what we had to do a couple of times was we constantly had to chip pieces or get pieces off the wall and get them to match the color. And the thing is, they were able to match the color, but then the problem was we didn't know what finish it was. So it took us a couple of tries and a long time. And at one point I thought that I was even going to just have to get the whole house painted over, so that way we would know the color. But thank God we finally were able to find the color, and so now we know what color it is. And there is this thing called Color Muse, and I found it by doing different research on videos and things. There's this thing called Color Muse where you put it up against the wall. It's like a little thing. I don't even know where it is. It's somewhere. and it's supposed to tell you the color of the wall. So I bought that with the intention of using it once, and there are even apps where you could do it with your phone, but I've never tried that because I just didn't know how reliable it was. So I've never tried it yet, so I don't know if it works, but I do have it. And so another thing too is you want them to tell you how to how they put in the light fixtures. So we have recessed lighting in the main areas of our home, but then in the bedroom areas and one area in the hallway, we have these dome lighting. And so for the longest, and because it's these dome lighting, and like I said, I want to change everything to daylight bulbs in the house, they have these soft white bulbs in them. And I had to look up videos and kind of try to search to figure out how to even take apart the light bulb. And I finally figured it out, but I still am not 100% sure how to change the light bulb. So you want to make sure you ask the seller, contractor, whoever, how to change the light fixtures in the house. And also what bulbs they use in the house, if you like them, if you dislike them, to know how you want to switch it to customize it to your own. And then the third thing that you want to ask is you want to ask about faucets. So the faucet that we have in the kitchen is a really nice faucet. I really love it, but it started to get a crack in it. And so I didn't know what kind of faucet it was. I didn't know how to fix it or anything. And so what I did was I just had to search through Home Depot. I searched through Lowe's and then I didn't see it. Then I searched through Home Depot and I was able to find the faucet and then find the company and then find the number for their customer service line. So the problem was that even though it needed to be fixed, and I think it's a lifetime warranty, but because technically it's a renovated house, we don't have the receipt to prove that we purchased the faucet. The seller had that. So they gave us everything for the major appliances in the house, but also with faucets and things in the house. If you can ask the seller to provide you with the purchase information for the faucets, if they even have it, maybe they lost it, but if they can, or if they can at least tell you where they bought it and if anything happens to go wrong with it. So those are the main three things that have come up since we've been living here, is knowing the paint colors, knowing how to change the light fixtures and what bulbs they use, and knowing about where they purchased or the information for the faucets in the house. Those are the main three things. If you don't get that information, like I said, we were able to kind of just finagle and figure things out. But if you remember to ask these questions during your process, it'll make your life that much easier. God forbid something happens and you wanna, you need to fix something or change something. Definitely the paint colors are very important because you want to make sure you have that so you can touch up any nicks or stuff that happens when you're moving in, or just throughout the life of the house, because you're living in the house and stuff is going to happen. And that's, those would be my 3 tips that I would ask for anybody who is looking to move into a turnkey property. So I feel like that's just gonna close out. So those would just be my 3 tips for anybody looking to move into a turnkey property. Those 3. Another thing that happened to us during our process that I was really upset about in the end was we didn't get an official walkthrough. And this is probably will go into my mortgage video, where when the day that you're going to close on the house, before you go to the table and sign the papers, you're supposed to get an official walkthrough. And the walkthrough is supposed to be if there was anything wrong with the house that the seller was supposed to take care of. You're now supposed to be able to walk back through the place and know that all of those things have been taken care of. And we didn't get that until after we closed. And we didn't even get it with our realtor, which I was very annoyed about. But we got the house, so I guess, but you want to make sure you get a walkthrough so that way, and during the walkthrough, maybe that would be a helpful time to ask all of these questions if you forgot to ask them before. And I even had stories from other people who told me, I know one of my friends at work, her friend bought a house, and the sellers that she bought it from, they literally left her samples of the paint cans for all of the colors that my camera stopped recording because since I've been vlogging so much, I have so much video on my phone, so I had to delete some of the videos so that I can make room for more videos. Anyway, as I was saying, my coworker, her friend bought a house, and the sellers who she bought the house from, they left her a can of paint of all of the colors that they used in the house, and they also told her what room they used what color in, which was really like a nice gesture to do. Like, that was really a nice thing to do. And I guess also too, she bought it from people who owned the house previously, so it's probably a difference between buying a turnkey property from owners versus buying from like the seller was a flipper, so he bought the person that we bought our house from was a flipper, so he bought this house, renovated it, and flipped it to sell it. So I'm sure that, you know, flippers, depending upon who, versus like us, if we sell this house now, we are going to say we probably would do the same thing. And that's because we probably will do it with a little more, you know, care and tact. So that's it. So yeah, so those are just my 3 tips for people looking to buy turnkey property homes. And I hope that it's helpful. And that ends Vlogmas Day 5. And I'll see you back tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 6. And hopefully I can go to bed on time tonight and get a good night's sleep so I don't sleep through my alarm, so I'm not late tomorrow. Good night, folks.